Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Divine Union podcast. Today, we will be discussing how to have an impact with your communication. Why are we talking about this topic? We are talking about this topic because everyone wants to leave an impact on the people they communicate with. Or with your partner, you want to have an impact. You want them to show up in the ways that you desire. You want them to listen to what you're saying. You want them to feel received by you. And so when we think about how to have an impact with our communication, right, you also want someone to leave a conversation feeling invigorated and energized and inspired, right? You want them to leave being like, this person, I love talking to this person. Now, what makes someone enjoy speaking with someone? Someone enjoys speaking with someone when they feel seen, when they feel heard, yeah? When they also learn things from another. And this is an average person, right? We're not talking about someone who's maybe super self-involved or, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So, what is required to leave an impact with your communication? Make an impact. It's having a balance of your masculine and feminine energies. Why? Because on the feminine side, your feminine side is your ability to go inwards, to tune into your intuition, to feel into your heart, to express from your heart. And it's also your ability to sense and to feel things. So that could be something like if you're in a conversation with your partner, say you have a partner, and you're sensing agitation in your partner's voice. It's like, I'm sensing, it's like I'm feeling some agitation. Like I'm feeling some frustration. Talk to me. Like, what's going on for you? How was your day? And it's the sensitivity that then allows the other person to share more candidly, right? To feel seen. Their walls soften, their defenses soften. And you're able to actually like really hear the person behind maybe a gripe that they have. The feminine is also the curiosity, right? It's asking the question. Same thing with the sensing, and then it's curiosity. Tell me more about that. I would love to know more. I would love to understand more. Now, and I will tie it in a neat little bow. We're going to go to the masculine next, but then we're going to bring this baby home to understand why it's important to have the balance. Now, on the masculine side is, so if you're going inwards in the femme, let's say you're sensing, you're feeling, maybe even let's say you're feeling into your own expression, your own truth. And your masculine is your ability to communicate it, to take that inner voice and to bring it out to the world, to your partner, to your friend, to your family. And name, what are your needs? What are your desires? Or name what you're seeing, what you're feeling. And so when you have this balance of the masculine and feminine, right, you're able to communicate from your heart and then also express it outwardly. Because to have an impact, you have to be connected to the heart. You have to make people feel you, feel your heart, feel your emotion, feel their own emotion when you're speaking. If you're too far in the masculine and you're just spouting words or knowledge and facts, but you're not actually connected to your heart, you lack presence. And you lack true impact, the kind of impact that like when people hear you on stage, they're like, oh my God, yes, I feel that. Now on the other side, if you are too far in your feminine, let's use the stage example. Yeah, and maybe you're just flowing, but you don't have that gusto. You don't have that drive, that determination, that pasión, that passion behind your words. You also lack impact. Now, if you're in a conversation and you're too far in your femme, and you're just asking questions and you're just receiving, but you're not also sharing, going off that tangent that someone said, and maybe sharing your own experiences, sharing your own tidbits of wisdom in there, the conversation is going to feel one-sided, and it's not going to feel as fulfilling. It'll truly feel impactful and fulfilling when there's a balance of the masculine and feminine. When you take turns making the other person feel seen, asking questions, genuine curiosity in the other person, and genuine desire to share. That's when a conversation is impactful. Let's take it to an argument. So, we talked about conversation, having a balance in conversation, or if you're on stage, right? In an argument with your partner. Why it's important to have a balance of the masculine and feminine energies is because if you want to voice something that bothers you, that your partner does, maybe they hurt your feelings when they speak to you in a certain tone, or maybe it really bothers you when they come up and they gripe about something without asking and checking in if it's a good time, and then maybe it violates your boundaries in a way. Now, if you just voice it from a masculine standpoint, and it's just like stating the need, stating the desire. I don't like when you do X, Y, and Z. I need you to do this. This is a boundary of mine. Yeah? It may work, sure, but it doesn't feel good. It's not persuasive. You are not seductive in your communication. And I want you to think of it like this is an art. It's an art to communicate in a way where the other person feels like they have choice, where they're choosing to show up in the way that you desire, in the way that you're inviting them to show up. Now, if you do it from that like wounded masculine place, and that's also can happen when you give some shaming, and maybe you're shaming your partner. How could you behave that way? It's so pathetic, right? Or like, I can't believe you did that. You are so inappropriate. Yeah, like using shame, using judgment, using manipulation. It's not effective communication because the other person, whether consciously or subconsciously, they're going to end up resenting you for it. So if you were to do it with a balance of the masculine and femme, the femme is connecting to your heart. It's your sense of vulnerability. It's like, yeah, when you just come up to me out of the blue and express what you don't like about me or what annoys you, it takes me out of my zone. Like if I'm in a good headspace, it affects my energy and immediately brings me down, and I start to feel insecure. And I want to stay up here. I want to stay high vibe. Now you go into your masculine. And what I'd appreciate is if you just check in with me. I'm open to hearing what you have to say, but check in with me before you just like dump on me what you don't like. Is now a good time? And then the why, because we always want to say the why, yeah? Because I'd feel better about myself, and I'm sure you'd feel better too, because we'd have a set time in which we can communicate. We're respecting each other's boundaries, and I would definitely do the same for you. Now that is impactful communication, because what that's doing is you're speaking humano a humano, human to human, heart connection to heart connection. And that person wants to listen to you. They want to receive you. They want to show up for you because they understand you, because the truth is we're all mirrors. And that's how you touch somebody's heart. That's how you make somebody, want to listen to you and want to show up. And so having a balance of the masculine and feminine is super, super important. What else? For effective communication, you also need to Think about how you are communicating, your tone of voice, your cadence of voice. We don't often think about these things, but it's little things, our tone. What words do we hang on to? What words do we glide by? What words do we leave out? Where do we pause? All of that makes a big difference in how your partner receives you, how a friend receives you, how your family may receive you, your landlord, whatever. How you receive yourself. If I were to say, give you an example, you pissed me off today. You pissed me off today. You pissed me off today. You pissed me off. You pissed me off today, out of all days. Do you see the difference here in these examples? It matters how you communicate. The tone of voice, the inflection, it affects your own energy, believe it or not. You wire the DNA in your own cells by the intonations that you have with the way that you speak, right? If you're speaking in A, maybe you're singing as you're speaking, or you're dancing and you're feeling a little giddy and a little joyous, right? That's going to bring joy to your cells, joy to your body, joy to your energy. It's going to impact the person that you're speaking to. If you're speaking to your partner, it's going to make them soften a bit. Okay, we can feel a little bit of joy. She's saying something that's pissing her off, but okay, I can lean in a bit. I don't have to stop breathing and wait till she bites my head off. Wait till he bites my head off. Says something mean. So it matters how you communicate. It matters deeply. When you can master, this is a skill, learning how to incorporate. This is the last one, number 3, humor and play into your communication. It has a huge impact. Huge impact. It leaves a big impact on people. It leaves them with joy. It leaves them with aliveness. Even if you're expressing something dark. Even if you're like, ooh, I don't like when you talk to that man like that. Yeah? Maybe you're saying it to your wife or your girlfriend. I don't like when you talk to that man like that because it makes me jealous. And you know what I do when I'm jealous? Yeah, that's what I do, right? Someone's gonna get punished. It's very different than don't you be talking to that person right now. I don't like that. Yeah? You want to have an impact, you want to get someone to do something, you think about how do you get a little kitty cat to come over. Yeah, you want a shy cat to come over, you want to pet it. Come here, beautiful, that's what I do. Come here, booty booties. Yeah, you want to seduce them. You got to do the same thing with your communication, babies. Same thing. Being mindful of how you're communicating, using humor and play goes a long way. You don't have to always do that. There is a time and a place for that. Sometimes you need to be serious. You can still be choiceful with your words. Be mindful of how you are coming across. Be mindful of your tone. Be mindful of the words that you use. But when you know how to have humor and play in your tool belt, yeah, it does wonders. It does wonders at opening the hearts of everyone that you speak to. Because people just feel so much more at ease and so much more relaxed and joyful and playful in your presence. And life is communication. Life is a series of communications, miscommunications, sharing our perspectives, getting others to hear our perspectives, right? Maybe you want to convince someone to go with you to the party. That's communication. And when you can do effective communication, right, you're more likely to get your way. I love this topic so much. It's so important. This is the core of what I do. Albeit masculine and feminine energies are a component of that. But what it impacts is how you communicate. How you communicate to yourself, how you communicate with others, how you communicate with the world. This is why we speak to this on Divine Union. Because on Divine Union is about inner union with self. You can communicate with yourself in a way that's going to feel good, in a way that's going to empower you. You want to communicate in divine union, sacred union, in partnership. You want to get your partner to listen to you. You want to get your partner to receive you, to show up in the ways you desire. Communication, baby. And divine union with the universe. How do you communicate with the universe? With all the beings around you, with the plantas and the animales, because they feel, that's energy, right? The energy behind your words, behind your actions. It's communication. So today we talked about how to have an impact with your communication. We talked about having a balance of your masculine and feminine energies. And we also talked about how to incorporate humor and play into the mix, so that communication can also be more fun, more light, more playful. And we also talked about an important aspect is how to make another feel seen and validate, while also sharing your perspective, your experiences, and having that balance. Thank you, beautiful people, for joining me today.